I was just going to say, I got this strange email the other day. I wasn't sure what it meant, but now I think it might be from Chow.
Fatty, feels good to be out. I'm close by. Tell no one. I'll be in touch. Chow. This says Chow. How did you not know this was from Chow?
At the time, I thought it was Chow like goodbye. You know, like Chow, Arrivederci, Sabaro, Papa John.
I'm writing him back.
Whoa, wait, just hold on.
I'm gonna tell him that you're happy he's out and that you'd love to see him.
Ooh, I would love to see him.
Do you even know what's going on?
Yes, I do. Phil's doing all the work, I'm his assistant, and you're standing there looking like an idiot.
The Wolfpack is back, and the latest in the Hangover series, one of the most successful comedy franchises of all time, reunites us with Zach Galifianakis, Ed Helms, and Bradley Cooper. And while we were all big fans of the first Hangover movie, we weren't quite as sold on its sequel to Hangover 2. But with open minds, we re-entered the franchise. James, how did you feel Hangover 3 stacked up against its first two?
Well, I was so excited for the second one, so excited, because the first one was one of the best comedies I'd seen in so long. I mean, I was very disappointed, obviously. A lot of people were. But the third one, I thought, okay, this can go either way for me. Maybe it looks a little better. They've got John Goodman. They've got an actual, like, action-y looking plot going on. But it didn't come together for me. I kept waiting for it to get better than the second one and even anywhere close to the first one. And then with 5 minutes left, I was like, oh, this trilogy's over. Okay, I'm done. Bye. Didn't do much for me.
Yeah, it definitely didn't really do much more than the other films. It didn't seem like they had put as much into it. Yeah. I don't know if it was a rushed sequel or if it was just that they're trying to get rid of this franchise. They're just doing one last one. And
well, see, I could chalk the second one up to rush. Even though they do get a lot out of it. They got like really nice locations, which is one of the only things I can really give the second one. It had a beautiful location. I mean, as beautiful as Bangkok can be. But this one, they had time, they had money, they got paid a good amount, and I'm sure it's going to do great in the box office. I just don't know why they can't put all the money they're going to be getting for this into, you know, a stable and working comedy.
Honestly, I think the purpose of this one, it was, the way I look at it, it reminded me of one of those senior slideshows that you see, and I was waiting for like Time of Your Life or Graduation to start playing in the background.
They just replaced it with Kanye.
Yeah, basically. And even there were moments where they themselves did it. They had random like slow motion sequence at the end when they were just walking and flicking between the like last two films.
They treated it like it was this big legacy coming to an end.
Yeah.
And it hasn't gotten anywhere. The first one was a very fun comedy, and then they just kept making other movies.
You know, I disagree with you, though. Like, I see where you're coming from saying that, you know, it didn't really match up to your expectations, but I feel like this one wasn't as bad as y'all make it sound like.
Well, this was also the first one of them that didn't feature the Hangover plot.
Right, exactly. It didn't feel like a Hangover movie, but I thought it was still a pretty good movie.
I put it above the second one. I'm the only reason I have such a bad taste in my mouth is because I was expecting an ending. I was expecting like a good like pickup, and also I mean maybe it's because I was very pleasantly surprised with Iron Man 3, but I expected more out of it.
I don't know if it felt very much like closure to me. You know, we were discussing this a little bit when we were leaving the theater, but they didn't bring up plot points for Ed Helms' character or Bradley Cooper's character at all.
Yeah, they just focused on Alan's weird. That's it.
And that leaves Bradley Cooper still like not super happy with his wife, and it leaves Ed Helms having not told his wife about a lot of big things, including you know all the
entire last film.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tattoo's the worst.
Speaking of which, you ever get tested?
Excuse me?
You know, because of the ink that went inside you.
I'm fine.
They focused so much on Alan that I would have thought this was maybe if this was the second one.
But Alan was the one of them who needed to grow the most, you know? And I feel like he got that growth.
That's fine. I do think the growth was really forced. I didn't believe it.
I was about to say, I don't think he grew
it was
that
just,
much.
I met Melissa McCarthy at a pawn shop, and that's all that happened.
Yeah, and aside from that, the big problem for me in Hangover Part 3 is just the overuse of Chow.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Chow.
There was a lot of Ken Jeong was maybe the star of this thing. Him and Zach Galifianakis had to have had the most lines, and you know, Ken Jeong, he's really big right now. He's in a lot of ads, he's in a lot of movies, he's in a lot of TV. But I don't think a lot of people know how to use him properly.
I believe I can fly.
In Knocked Up, where he kind of had his debut, he's more restrained. He feels like a real doctor who has a mean edge. That's, I think, his funniest role still to date. In movies like this, he's just so unrestrained that none of it makes sense, and it's more you wondering why he's doing all this crazy stuff than laughing at the crazy stuff that's happening.
And that goes to Zach Galifianakis too. My favorite parts of Zach Galifianakis is Between Two Ferns. Everything he does, I like it when he plays it more straight. He goes all out for these movies, and I mean, they all are. I think it's all just a bunch of guys having fun, but I wanted more than that. They kept trying to make it this big finale, and meanwhile they ignored certain things that they could have done as a finale, like actually use Doug.
So, were there any things that worked particularly well for any of you, or?
I did like Melissa McCarthy's parts made me laugh.
She was pretty funny. She had a smaller role than I anticipated.
She gets underused a lot. I feel like after Bridesmaids, even before, I thought she was better before Bridesmaids, but people keep bringing her out as this new comedian and then not using her correct.
Right.
But I liked her, and Heather Graham was always fun to see.
Oh man, the stuff with Carlos. I loved that stuff. That was probably my favorite part.
It was the cutest moment of the movie.
It was cute,
That
but
kid's so cute.
there was moments where it made no sense.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was just
Yeah.
not a lot of laughs. I guess if we're going on the infamous Pretentious Film Majors 5-star scale.
See, I gave Hangover 2 a 2.5 because I thought it was a bad movie with some pretty funny parts. This one's better, but I can't give it a 3. I can't call it a good movie. 2.5 out of 5, or 2.5 Carlos's.
Well, I liked it a whole lot more than you guys did, but not
Really?
much more. You know, so I'm gonna have to go with 3 hits of cocaine.
Hits?
I'm gonna have to give it 2 gold bricks.
Oh.
It just, I wasn't feeling it. Like, we sat next to each other, you were laughing, I was just there.
We just kept exchanging like, oh, okay. looks.
Yeah, I felt uncomfortable. Like, so I get it 2 gold bricks.
Yeah, and I can only go 2 severed giraffe heads out of 5. It just was not a movie that was working for me, basically, in any way.
They killed so many animals in that movie.
They killed so many animals, and they killed more people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
Killed some people too. Which is what I thought some of the Wolfpack was gonna die.
Me too. Me too.
I wish one of the Wolfpack
It would have been better closure for Alan, just saying.
I wish Doug died.
For more videos from the Pretentious Film Majors, stay tuned on our channel and click to subscribe above me. You can also leave a comment, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter, and you can visit our official website at pretentiousfilmmajors.com.
Mom, I'm with a customer.
She's rude.
You hear that, Mom? Nobody likes you.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut.
Oh.
Hey YouTubers, let us know what you thought about The Hangover 3 in the comments below, and our favorite comment will win a free Redbox DVD rental code. So, little known fact, Ed Helms actually got breast implants for his role in this movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
It's interesting,
What
right?
commitment. I hope the Oscars take notice.
It's a gifted actor.
The next Christian Bale, even.